Namaskar, welcome. How are you all? Very fine. How was your NEET exam? This year paper was very easy. But as usual, problem was there for physics. But in biology and chemistry, almost everybody was very comfortable. And I hope that you will also score good marks in physics. So overall result will be very fine. But I think that this year 50 percentile marks will also increase. Naturally, cutoff will also increase. Now, today, I want to give you some information, not some, every information about admission process this year. And I'm very sure that your all doubts, almost all doubts, except date-wise schedule that at present I can't give you because it is not yet declared. But tentative dates also I will explain you. So except that date-wise schedule, what you will have to do, if what steps you will follow, then this process will be very easy. That I'm going to explain you. So now let us start with this process. Just a minute. My one request is you put off your videos. And if you have any doubt, you want to ask me any query, then you please write me your query in WhatsApp number, which you may have, or I'm going to give you in my last slide. I will answer your query, but your query must be in a short. If I will have to discuss with you something in detail, then I cannot answer to your query. This is the website which you will have to follow till the declaration of result. When your result will be out, you will get your marks as well as your All India rank, AIR. So this is the website till result only. Your admission process will not be conducted through this website. If you consider admission process in total, then you will have to follow many different admission process. For example, government and private colleges in Maharashtra. My focus is in Maharashtra only. So whatever details I want to give you, I will give you all details related to Maharashtra government admission process. So government and private colleges in Maharashtra, that is one process you will have to follow. Then deemed university process. Then third is 15% all India quota. 15% seats in all government colleges in India. There is a separate process. This is 15% all India quota process that also you will have to follow. Then if you are interested in AIIMS or AFMC or JIPMER, all those three processes means AIIMS, AFMC and JIPMER, These are totally different processes. And if you are interested in either NRI quota or management quota admissions, then there is some other different process which you will have to follow. NRI quota and management quota in private colleges and deemed colleges. So all these are different processes. Admission process fees, which is not refundable. When you will register your name in Maharashtra state government colleges and private colleges admission process, at that time you will have to pay 1,000 rupees as processing fee. For 15% All India quota and deemed, separately 1,000 and 5,000 rupees are payable. So this is admission process fees. AFMC, I'm taking step by step everything, covering everything. AFMC, 115 boys and 30 girls. This is total quota in AFMC, only 145 seats. But admission in AFMC is not based only on NEET result. What they do normally, 720 marks, NEET, 720 NEET marks plus 80 marks test they conduct. In that 80 marks test, there is English, logic, reasoning, all those type of questions are asked. So total 720 plus 80, 800 marks divided by 4. So it comes to 200. So your 800 marks converted into 200, and plus they conduct separate interview. And for that interview, there are 50 marks allotted. So total 250 marks. In this year, that 80 marks test will be online. Interview will be online. So everything will be online. So you don't have to go to FMC for giving that interview or appearing for that test. So out of total 250 marks, the best score merit list they will declare. Normally what they do, they are shortlisting 1,750 candidates. Means initially you will have to register to FMC on the basis of your NEET score. Top 1,170 boys and 580 girls, they select and they conduct test of that 1,750 students only. And after then they conduct interview, online interview. So final merit list they prepare on the basis of that. But in AFMC, 7 years service bond, compulsorily you will have to serve in military forces. But in AFMC, you may be knowing that it is a residential college and almost everything is free. Almost everything is free. So that is why 7 years service bond, you'll have to give them in advance. Now, this is first part, means AFMC admission process. Now about admission process for 15% All India quota and deemed university quota. Those two processes are running simultaneously, and full process is online. There is no counseling. Reservations, limited reservations are there. Only unregistered, unreserved means means open category, OBC and ST. Only these three type of reservation. Actually, UR means unreserved, means that is not a reservation. So open, OBC and ST, only these type of reservations are in 15% All India quota. And in case of deemed colleges, there is no reservation. All seats are filled up on the basis of merit only. In 15% All India quota and deemed, university or deemed university colleges, you can fill up unlimited options. There is no restriction on number of options. You can select any college in India. For example, if you are giving preferences of deemed university colleges, then you can select any college from Rajasthan also, from Orissa also, from Delhi also. So all India options are available. And first round, whatever you will get, that option, you will have to compulsorily accept it. If you don't accept that option, then you will be out of the process. But suppose you have filled up 10 options and sixth option is allotted. And if you are interested in betterment means any option above that sixth option, then you will have to show your willingness that you are interested in upgradation. Means betterment. You are interested in betterment. That you will have to that form you will have to fill up online, that you are interested in upgradation or betterment. Then only you can appear for second round. Yes, but always betterment in second round is possible in both cases, means deemed university and 15% all India quota. So my suggestion is you must go for second round also. Whatever you get in first round, don't be satisfied with that. Go for betterment in second round. Now, what are the steps in 15% all India quota and deemed university colleges? First, this is the website which you will have to follow, mcc.nic.in. Through this website, 15% all India quota and deemed university admission process you will have to complete. Initially, you will have to make registration. And as I told you, for 15% all India quota, you will have to pay 1,000 rupees. And for deemed university registration, you will have to pay 5,000 rupees. So this amount is payable. After payment, your name will be registered. Then you will have to fill up choices, means options or preferences for first round. After filling those options, as I told you that you can select any option from all colleges, from government, all colleges in India. Government colleges for all India quota and deemed university colleges for deemed university quota. So you can select any college and same one option form you will have to submit. After filling up that form, first round allotment will be declared. Then you will have to take the admission on the basis of the allotment or college allotted to you. For that purpose, you will have to report to the college. But how to report it? Because of this COVID problem, it will not be necessary for you to go to college individually and take the admission. So reporting online, giving your documents, scan copy of your documents online, and when actual college will start, at that time you will have to submit your documents. So in this year, at least till November, December, this reporting will be online reporting only. So round 2, after first round, whatever vacant seats will remain, for those seats, round 2 will be conducted. For round 2, new registration is possible. If any student he has not registered his name in first round, then he can register for second round. But students, those who are already registered in first round, it is not necessary for them to re-register again. But new entry is possible in round 2. So after registration, again, you will have to fill up choices form option form or preference form. After filling that option form, yes, and whatever options you have selected in first round, that you can edit, that you can change. You can change little bit or 100% changes you can make, but separate fresh filling of option form is possible. Round 2 allotment. After submitting online option form, preference form, second round allotment will be declared. So you will come to know which college is allotted to you in second round. Then you will have to take admission in that college by reporting to that college online. So reporting will be not in person, because last year it was in person, means student, he had to go to college, show his all original documents, pay the fees. But in this year, you will not have to go to college, but you can submit your documents online. You can pay fees online and complete the admission process. No doubt, you will have to submit your documents when the college one-to-one or physical college will start. In 15% All India quota, only 2 rounds are conducted. And in case of deemed university admission process, 2 rounds, because deemed university and All India quota, 15% All India quota rounds are simultaneous rounds. Means in your option form, initially you may submit option for 15% All India quota, and below that deemed university colleges. So option form is combined form. Option for form or preference form is combined form. So 2 rounds are conducted simultaneously for both types, means deemed university and 15% All India quota. But after 2 rounds, 15% All India quota admission process ends. But in case of deemed university, after those 2 rounds, one mop-up round will be conducted. What is mop-up round? You can say this mop-up round as round 3, because those mop-up, because of those 2 words, we don't understand what is the meaning of that. But mop-up round is third round. Regular third round is conducted for vacant seats. And in that mop-up round, you can also, but the fresh registration is not possible. If you are there in first round and second round, then only you can appear to mop-up round. But yes, in mop-up round, you can fill up fresh options, fresh choices. And on the basis of choices you have submitted, allotment will be declared. And after allotment, you will have to report to the college online. So this is All India quota and deemed university processes. But seat surrender, after 2 rounds and after mop-up round, many seats still remain vacant in deemed colleges. So what deemed colleges will do? They will conduct a separate round at college level, because initial 2 rounds and mop-up round is conducted by MCC through that website. But after mop-up round, the vacant seats are filled up by college, and this process is college process. This process is college process. Normally, college conduct that process online. So again, it is not necessary for you to go to the college, go to that deemed college. It will be online process. And one important part is, in case of 15% All India quota, you will have to submit, you will have to pay a deposit of rupees 10,000. And if you are interested in deemed university college admission, then you will have to pay deposit of rupees 2 lakhs. What is the meaning of that deposit? If you fulfill all conditions, then this 10,000 deposit either will be adjusted against your college fees, because if you secured admission somewhere, then those 10,000 or 2 lakhs rupees will be given by MCC to college. So in that college, you will have to pay that much less fees. But if you don't follow the conditions which are prescribed by MCC, then this 10,000 or 2 lakh rupees deposit will be forfeited. Because see, one basic condition is that in both cases, 15% All India quota and deemed university colleges, if you got some, if any college is allotted to you in second round, carefully listen what I am telling. In second round, if any college is allotted, and if you don't take admission or cancel admission taken in second round, then those 2 lakh rupees or 10,000 rupees, whatever fees you have paid, that will be forfeited. So you will have to take every care when you will submit your option form, means preference form. If you don't want to go to any college because of any reason, then you will not put that college option in your list. So whatever list, preference list, option list you will prepare, you must be sure that yes, if any college is allotted, will be allotted, then definitely I will go there. So this should be your approach. As I told you that in both cases, 15% All India quota and deemed, fresh choices filling is must in every round. But you can continue with the same choices, or you can edit initial one to some extent. Then stray vacancy round. Stray vacancy round is conducted at college level. It is applicable for deemed university colleges only. It is not for 15% All India quota. In deemed university colleges, after 2 rounds, after mop-up rounds, after college first round, if still some vacancies are there, then those vacancies are filled up on the basis of this stray vacancy round. You can say this round number 4, round number 5. So what is that stray vacancy round? Is there anything different? No. You just name it as round number 4 or round number 5. So admission chances, many students, they are interested in knowing, if suppose my rank is All India rank is 10,000, then is 15% admission is possible? Yes. As per my experience, my knowledge, 12,000 up to All India rank 12,000, admission chances are good for open category students. I will show you many figures in All India ranks or SML, state merit list number. That state merit list number will be in state admission process. At present, I am covering 15% All India quota and deemed admission process. So in case of 15% All India quota, if your rank is up to 12,000 All India rank, then you are in a safe position. You will crack admission somewhere in India. And in deemed university, if you are interested in admission and if your All India rank is 3,75,000, then still there are good chances of your admission. But again, any college in India which is covering in that deemed university, you must be ready to go there. Then that much rank means 3,75,000 rank is okay for admission, getting admission. Now, major important part, that Maharashtra state quota admission process. Because as we know that 15% admissions in government colleges are, that process is conducted by central government through that MCC. But 85% state quota means Maharashtra government quota, that admission process is conducted by Maharashtra state government. Before giving that information, I want to tell you something about me. My name is Kedar Takalkar. I am doing medical counseling since 2003, when there was AIPMT, there was CET, many names are changed. Now, today, you have appeared for NEET. But before, since 2003, before that, admission was based on only 12th marks, PCB marks. Then AIPMT exam, that was the name. Then CET, now NEET. But I am conducting counseling to medical and engineering going students since 2003. In last year, 2019, my 168 students, they secured admission in government colleges, 259 in private colleges, and 67 students in deemed university colleges. So all those students, they were with me for counseling purpose. I have done everything for them in a simple way. If you are registered with me, then you don't have to do anything. No doubt, technically the process you will have to complete through your login ID and password. So technically you will complete you will do everything, but the brain behind every decision, that will be my brain. If I tell you don't take admission, we will see afterward, then you must listen to me. You should not make a hurry. So that is why this much good success rate always I am getting. My students, even in spite of less marks, they got or they crack admission somewhere. This is my consultancy name, Study Medical and Engineering Consultancy. Admission in Maharashtra, All India or state, All India 15% quota. I will give you all information, up-to-date information, changes in rules, or I will give you all options or preferences, and you will have to follow those options list only. If you want to make some changes in that preference or option list, then you will have to consult me. Without my consultation, you cannot take any decision. Then only we will crack admission. Means don't use your brain. Use my brain, my experience, my expertise. Then in spite of less marks, you will crack admission somewhere. For documentation, if you need any help, I'm there. Deemed University College admission process also, I will complete that. Means in that process, I will help you. If you are interested in management quota admissions, I will also help you in that respect also. Yes, there is one special assured admission guidance. I'm giving admission to 10 students only, but charges for this special assured admission guidance are 1 lakh rupees. I'm charging 1 lakh rupees. I'm taking 10 students only, but whatever I will have to do, I will do, but you will crack admission somewhere. No doubt, there are some my conditions also, because otherwise some student or parents, they may think कि बाबा चलो 1 लाख रुपए में एडमिशन हो जाती है, लेकिन this is not the case. Many things I will have to do, that I will do, but there are some conditions. Before that, I will discuss every minute things with parents, and then I take admission in that scheme, special assured admission guidance. If you are interested in going abroad, then also I will assist you. But I don't do admission process abroad. But I know some consultants or agents, and they are reliable. I will give you their name only, especially for Russia, for Philippines. Normal, my service charges are rupees 10,000. Normally, I charge 10,000 from first step to last step. Means till you crack the admission, till you get admission somewhere, everything I will do. My charges are 10,000. But if you take admission and in this scheme, I am giving admission to 100 students only. If you pay till 26 September, then you will have to pay 9,000 only. Means you can say is Corona discount, COVID discount, early bird discount, whatever you want to say, but 1,000 rupees less I will charge you. But only 100 students I will take. Amount is payable by a direct bank transfer or Google Pay. And for detail, the phone number, you can call on this number. They will give you every information. Our office timing is 10 to 6. So if you want to call, then you must make a call in that time, during that time only. If you make a call 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the night, then sorry, call will not be taken. Now about state admission process. In last year, 2019, total registered students, 49,000 something, say 50,000. Last year also, from Maharashtra state, approximately 1,20,000 students, they appeared for NEET exam. See, 1,20,000 students appeared, but out of 120, only 50,000 students, they have registered their name. In this year also, approximately 1,30,000-40,000 students, they have appeared from Maharashtra. But definitely not all 1,40,000 students, they will register their name, because students, those who have already secured admission somewhere, maybe they are interested in doing BSc or engineering, they won't come here again. So that number will be in 55,000, 60,000 only. But no doubt, this year, this 50,000 number will be increased. If you consider the last year's data, then out of that 50,000, SC, ST, OBC, VZ, those category students registered 7,800, 1,800, 13,700, 1,400. So this is a number of particular category students, those who were registered in last year. NT 1 to 3, 4,800, and open category 20,000. See, out of 50,000 students, 20,000 students were from open category. Normally, each state conducts their separate admission process for government and private colleges. Just like Maharashtra, every state, it may be Karnataka, it may be Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, every state, they conduct their own process. And every government first make assurance that their students, their domicile students, their resident students, they must get admission in the colleges in that state. Why I am specifically saying you this? Because many students and parents, they are discussing with me about admission in Karnataka state. So if your score is less, and if you are not getting something here in Maharashtra, then you may think that we would like to go to Karnataka. But out of 100 students, out of 100 admissions or 100 seats, approximately 95 seats in private colleges in Karnataka are reserved for their students. And for other 5% seats, any student from India, not only from Maharashtra, any student from India, he can fill up the form and try his luck. But the cutoff for that 5% quota is very high. And if you are scoring that much marks in a NEET, or if your rank is good, then you are likely to get admission in Maharashtra only. Then why to go to Karnataka? Because Karnataka government, definitely they will first secure their student, means Karnataka residential student. They have not formed their colleges to give admission to Maharashtra students. And not only Maharashtra, all over India students, they are coming to Karnataka for that 5% admissions. So don't rely on that. No doubt, some students, they are also getting admission in that 5% quota also, but chances are very, very rare. For Maharashtra admissions, this website you will have to follow, mahacet.org. If you want to crack admission in Maharashtra, then your domicile and standard 12th exam you have appeared must be from Maharashtra only. Then only you can take admission here. Otherwise, not possible in that 85% quota. Yes, in that management quota, you can take admission anywhere. But if you want to get crack admission on merit, then you must have domicile. Eligibility. About eligibility, you must be clear. For MBBS, BDS and BMS, you must have 50% or 40% PCB marks. Means out of 300, you must have secured 150 marks or 135 marks in case of category students. If your score is 149, if your score is 149 in PCB and if you are from open category, even then, you are not likely to get admission even through management quota in any college in India. This is not Maharashtra government's rule. This is NEET level rule. This rule is applicable throughout India. But yes, there is say 1% chance because of this Corona or COVID problem, how the exam 12th exam was conducted, that you know very well. So in this year, government may, I'm not sure, but government may relax that rule of 50% and 40%. Only passing is sufficient. Even otherwise, admission will be given on the basis of your NEET score. Admission will not be given on the basis of your 12th score. Your 12th score is 100%. It's of no use. Only for eligibility purpose, that 50%, 40% marks are considered. But maybe government relaxed this rule this year. I feel so. I don't know. When actual admission process will start, all those decisions will come out. In last 2 years, NEET 50 percentile marks. NEET 50 percentile marks out of 720, 119 in 2018 and 134 in 2019, means last year. Means if your NEET score is 134 last year, then you can go through the admission process. If your NEET score was say 133, then you were not eligible for admission in all over India, in any college, in any quota, even through management quota. But this year, I feel that this 134 marks definitely will increase. Minimum 150 to banta hai. 150 marks to chahiye for this 50 percentile. So if your score is say 150, then you are eligible for going through the admission process, different admission processes. Total MBBS seat in India, in government colleges, in private colleges, and deemed university colleges, if you collect together, then there are approximately 80,000 seats, MBBS seats in India. MBBS government colleges in India, 181, and out of 181, 23 colleges are located in Maharashtra. Private colleges, there are 188 colleges, and in Maharashtra there are 18 colleges. Out of that 18 college, one college is newly starting this year, Sindhudurga. out of total 37 deemed university colleges or deemed colleges, 12 colleges are in Maharashtra. Out of 12, 2 colleges are starting this year. One is located in Pune, Symbiosis College, but that college with 150 intake, 150 seats is only for girls. And another new college at Nagpur, Datta Meghe College. Those 2 colleges, Symbiosis and Datta Meghe at Nagpur, those 2 colleges are in deemed university, as considered as deemed university colleges. And that Sindhudurga College is is registered as a private college. These are total Maharashtra seats, government, private, and deemed university colleges. So total seats, if you add them all together, then total seats are 8,575 seats. So if you are interested in admission in Maharashtra in any type of colleges, it means you will have to get 1 seat out of that 8,500. So in Maharashtra, government colleges 23, private 18, and deemed 12 colleges. So total 53 colleges are there in Maharashtra. Maharashtra BDS colleges, government 4, private 26, and deemed university 8 colleges. And BDS seats, government 294 plus private 2,350 plus deemed 800. So total approximately 3,444 seats are for BDS. BMS colleges, government and private, there is no deemed, government and private college 2154. And BMS seats, total seats are 5,132, government plus private. Homeopathy, there is no government college, all 54 colleges are private colleges and their intake is 4,180. Physiotherapy, 4 government colleges with 90 intake and private college, 39 private colleges with 1,820 intake. And all India level 15% quota seats in all states on need basis. So 4,934. So 4,934 seats are available in all government colleges in India in that 15% quota. In Maharashtra, 15% quota seats, MBBS 447 and BDS 38. But next slide is very important. You consider those 2 figures, MBBS 444 and BDS 38. These are seats in Maharashtra government colleges in that 15% quota. But out of say that 447 MBBS seats, 184 seats remained vacant. As I told you that in 15% all India quota, central government, they conduct 2 rounds only. And after 2 rounds, if some seats remain vacant, then those seats are surrendered to the state government. So last year, 184 seats remained vacant and those seats surrendered to the state government, means central government surrendered those seats to state government. And state government will fill up in next round those seats in their admission process. One point here you must note down that in 2 rounds of all India quota, all seats are not filled up. There are candidates, they are interested in taking admission, but they are not getting admission only because of one reason: they have not filled up their option form or preference form wisely or correctly. Only just writing the option, this is not the way to submitting that preference form. Definitely it requires brain as well as experience. And if everybody filled up that form wisely, correctly, then those seats will not be vacant. All those seats will be filled up in second round only. But this is the case every year. I'm observing the same case for last 16, 17 years. MBBS fees in government college, approximately fee 92,000. In private colleges, 6.5 to 12.6 lakhs fees. And in deemed colleges, 12 lakhs to 23 lakhs. So these are the fees. Different colleges have different fees. There is management quota or NRI quota, different fees also there. And that fees college is entitled to charge 5 times more than original fees. For example, any college fees is say 12 lakhs rupees. And for NRI quota, they can charge 5 times, means 60 lakhs per year. But nobody charge that much amount. But whatever amount they charge, it is given in the college prospectus. This information is also with me also. My every registered candidate or student, I am giving this information so that on the basis of this info, they can decide whether we can afford, what budget we have, up to what amount they can negotiate. So everything I'm going to, every detail I'm going to give you after registration. The total reservation in Maharashtra state, original 50%, that SC, ST, OBC, etc. About that 50% we know. Then EWS, economically weaker section, means open category, but students with 10 lakhs, 8 lakhs income, but you must have that EWS certificate. For those students, 10% seats are reserved. SCBC means Maratha quota, socially and economically backward class, SCBC. But that reservation, 12% reservation, is under dispute. What decision will be there, that we cannot predict this year. But these are the reservations. In addition to those reservations, there is defense 5% seats and physically handicapped 3% seats reservation. But that defense and physically handicapped reservation is only in government colleges, not in private or deemed colleges. And in that defense and physically handicapped reservation, there is no female reservation separately. So all seats are open for those defense candidate or physically handicapped candidates. Now, medical admission, considering category reservation means that 50%, 12%, 10%, 5% defense quota, 3% physical handicap. Only 20% seats are remains for open category students. If we consider figure wise, in government colleges, 4,000 total 4,280 seats are there in Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, there are 23 government colleges and 4,280 seats. 15% seats, 15% all India quota seats. If we deduct that, 642 seats, then balance is 3638. But again, out of that balance means 3638 seats. Different reservations, as I told you, 50% plus 12% plus 10% defense, physical handicap. 2,730 seats. If we deduct that, then for open category students, only 908 seats are available. Means original seats are 4,280 in government colleges, but out of 4,280, for open category students, only 908 seats are available. So there is tremendous competition, very tough situation for open category students. Open seats again divided into 70% general and 30% girls reservation. But 70% general means that includes girls as well as boys. So girls plus boys. 30% reservation is specifically meant for girls, but it doesn't mean that 70% seats are reserved for boys. So 70% seats are for girls as well as boys. And after filling up those 70% seats, balance 30% seats only will be given to girls, not to a single boy. Caste reservation allowed if mentioned in NEET application. But take an example. If suppose in your NEET application, there are restricted or limited caste, limited categories are available. But suppose at that time you selected OBC in your NEET application. But afterward you come to know that you don't have NCL, non-criminal certificate. So if you don't have NCL, then you will not come under OBC category. Because for any category, your caste certificate, your caste validity certificate, and NCL, non-criminal certificates, all those certificates are must. If you don't have any one of them, then that caste benefit will not be available to you. But now in your NEET application form, you selected OBC category, but afterward you realize that you don't have either caste validity certificate or NCL, non-criminal certificate. So now you will come into open category. Yes, you can change that. But if you want to take admission in national level, then OBC category benefit will not be available to you. And in state level also, that benefit will not be available to you. You can change your caste because of documents problem. That option is always with you. In private and deemed colleges, that 15% management quota seats are there. But this is not the case 3-4 years back. Normally 3-4 years back, what happened? Suppose I have huge money. I fill up that, I take that money in one big bag and go to any private or deemed college. By paying that huge amount, I could secure a seat. Marks, yes, minimum percentile marks, 50 percentile marks. Those marks were necessary, no doubt. But if suppose I scored only 150 marks, then on the basis of that 150 marks, I will not get admission in management in deemed colleges on my merit. But by paying high amount, I could secure admission. But this was the case 3-4 years back. Now, for management quota admission, initially in first round, they treat this as NRI quota. Means in first round, they give admission to only NRI students. And in second and subsequent rounds, those seats are converted into management quota seats, and those seats are available to normal Indian student. But I will not get that seat only because I am ready to pay huge amount, means higher fees. For example, 12 lakhs rupees is a regular fee. College can charge 5 times of original fee, means 60 lakhs. Normally college don't charge that much amount, but say college is charging 60 lakhs rupees. I'm ready to pay that amount, but only paying capacity is not the criteria, but merit or good score is also required for management quota admissions or NRI quota admissions. Fees concession fees concession will be given only to Maharashtra students in all colleges. In all colleges means government colleges and private colleges. For category students, private colleges admissions are reserved, but 50% of that. For example, if suppose OBC percentage is 28, then in private colleges, it will be 14%. So exactly 50% of government college percentage reservation is available in private colleges. If I take admission in private colleges, say as a ST students, then I will get fee concession there also. I don't have to pay fees. That is why category students, it may be SC, ST, EWS, any category student, one point you must keep it in mind, that you don't have to pay any fee for SC/ST candidate, and other than SC/ST, you will have to pay 50% of the fees in private colleges. That is why if you have that 50% fees budget, then you can take admission in private colleges also, because you don't have to pay full fees there. Fees concession will be given to you. But if you take admission through management quota, then you will not get any fees concession. Even if any SC student or ST student, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe student, he gets admission through management quota in any private college, he will not get fees. He will not get fees benefit. In Maharashtra, just 8 days back, Maharashtra government has made one change. Initially, the whole Maharashtra was divided into 3 parts: Marathwada, Vidarbha, and the rest of Maharashtra. But now, those 3 regions will not be there. The whole Maharashtra will be treated as one. So there will not be 30-70% reservation, regional reservation. That 30% girls reservation that I told you, it is there. But that regional reservation will not be there. The Maharashtra will be treated as one only. Documents required. That documents required list I will give you separately. But in short, all mark lists are required: living certificate, Aadhaar card, nationality certificate, medical certificate. The medical certificate format is given in that information brochure, which will be available to you, according to me, in the month of October, in the mid of October. In that information brochure, that format is there. If you just write down that format and take the signature of your family doctor, it is more than sufficient. It is not necessary that you must get that certificate from civil surgeon. It is not necessary. Any your family doctor, he can certify you that you are physically fit. Your caste and caste validity certificate, domicile, as I told you about domicile, and EWS means economically weaker section certificate. All those certificates are required for you to get admission in Maharashtra. Domicile is compulsory. If you don't have domicile, then you cannot take admission in Maharashtra. Yes, but there are some exceptions. For defense quota, if your posting is outside, then domicile is not required. But for normal regular student, domicile is must. Nationality certificate is also must. But if your nationality is explained or mentioned in your domicile, then separate nationality certificate is not required. But instead of taking special nationality certificate, if you have your Aadhaar card, if you have your passport, or your school living certificate specifies that you are Indian national, then separate nationality certificate is not required. Now, steps in government and private colleges admissions. Just like 15% All India quota and deemed university admissions, at that time I told you that you will have to fill up one form for those 2 types of admissions. One preference form, option form. Similar is the case in our state also. For state government 23 colleges and private 18 colleges, you will have to make online registration once only. At that time, at the time of online registration, you will have to pay 1,000 rupees fees, processing fees, which is not refundable. After online registration, there is a document verification in 2 phases. Till last year, document verification was 1-to-1 or physical document verification in 4 centers: Pune, Mumbai, Aurangabad, Nagpur. students, they had to go there with original certificates and original and Xerox, or the documents which you have scanned and submitted. That verification was done at those 4 places. And that document verification is normally was conducted in 2 phases. But in this year, because of this corona problem, document verification will be online verification only. In phase 1, All India rank student up to All India rank 1,75,000. Registration will be done by all students. But second step, document verification, and third step, option form filling, that will be available only for student with All India rank up to 1,75,000. Means student with rank 1,76,000, he will have to verify his documents and submit his option form, not in first round. He will join the process in second round or third round. So document verification last year, it was done in 2 parts, up to All India rank 1,75,000 and above. Original scanned document you must upload in your registration process. So at the time of registration, you scan your documents and upload them. On the basis of ranks declared, say it may be up to 1,75,000, but if you are in the range of that rank, then only you will be able to fill up your option form or preference form. This year, online document verification will be there. So initially you have registered, then your document verification was done, that will be done. Then you will get SML, state merit list number or serial number. Who will register in Maharashtra? Mostly students from Maharashtra, those who have domicile. As we know that 1,40,000 students, they have appeared for NEET from Maharashtra. But everybody will not register. Say 60,000 students will register. So out of those 60,000, what is your number? That is very important. Because suppose your All India rank is 1 lakh. If I ask you one question, what is your All India rank? You are telling me 1 lakh. Okay. But what is your Maharashtra rank? You will say, I don't know. Why? Because your rank is 1 lakh, but above 1 lakh, how many students are there from Maharashtra? That you don't know. That Maharashtra government wants to know. That personally student, he also interested in knowing. As a counselor, I am also very, very interested in knowing what is your serial number in Maharashtra, rank wise. And that serial number is state merit list number. So after registration, after document verification, you will get serial number or state merit list number. After getting that SML, you will fill up online preference form. That preference form you will have to fill up once only for all subsequent rounds. You will fill up preference form once only for all subsequent rounds. Maybe 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, whatever rounds are there, you will have to submit one preference form only. On the basis of your preferences you have submitted, some college will be allotted to you and you will have to take admission in that college allotted. At that time, you will have to submit. Initial admission will be online admission. You will fill up college admission form online. You will pay college fees online. Everything will happen online only. But after starting physical college, one-to-one college, offline college, at that time you will have to submit your original documents. before that, tentative, I want to tell you the schedule. Initially, say your result will be out by September end, definitely. September end, or say before 5th of October max, but mostly it will be September end. But after declaration of result, immediate which process will start? Immediate All India quota and deemed colleges process that will start, because that is one process, simultaneous process. Before Diwali is starting say from 10th of November. So 10 to 15th or 13th, that is Diwali period. So before Diwali means before 10th of November, definitely this All India quota and deemed admission process will be over, at least for first 2 rounds. But we know that for All India quota, there are only 2 rounds. And for deemed colleges, there are 2 rounds plus 1 mop-up round. So mop-up round and stay round, that may take place after Diwali, means say after 15th November. But initial 2 cap rounds, 2 rounds, round 1, round 2, definitely will complete before 10th of November. So this is for All India quota and deemed colleges. For state government, your registration will start immediately, say from 10th or 15th of October. That registration process, then document verification process, that will be online, so it will take less time. As per my judgment, your first round, our Maharashtra state will conduct in first week of November. So before Diwali, our first round will be, they will complete. So see what will happen. First, All India quota and deemed first round, then Maharashtra first round, then All India quota and deemed second round, then Maharashtra second round. But Maharashtra second round will take place after Diwali, say between 28th to 30th of November. So this is the time schedule which I predict, I expect on the basis of my previous experience. State merit list number, SML number will be allotted to you, and it is based on your All India rank. Means what? Say suppose my All India rank is 10,000, or my All India rank is suppose, okay, 10,000. But up to 9,999 means all students above me, जो students मेरे पहले वो all students, there is not a single student from Maharashtra. So in that 10,000 student, I'm the first student, 10,000, though my rank is 10,000, I'm the first student from Maharashtra, which I'm going to register in Maharashtra admission process. So naturally, even if my All India rank is 10,000, my SML number, state merit list number will be 1. I will be first in Maharashtra. Why? Because all students, those who have secured more marks, they are not from Maharashtra. So on the basis of All India rank, government will give me a serial number, and that serial number is known as state merit list number. Every student gets different SML, because every student he will get All India rank separately. So naturally his state merit list number will be different. So every student will get state merit list number, as well as if he is from category. Suppose any student he is from SC category, then he will get SC category merit number also. He will get SC category merit number also. That is known as SCM, state category merit. And that category merit is different for different categories. For example, SC categories, there will be different number. For ST categories, different number. For EWS, different number. Means any student, if he is from any particular category, then he will get 2 numbers. First is SML, means his rank in all students in Maharashtra, and second he will get his category rank, and category rank means his category rank number in his category students in all over Maharashtra. Similarly, girl candidates will get those two numbers also, means SML number and category number. Those two numbers girls candidate will also get, but in addition to that, girl student will get state merit number in girls, means in all girls who are registered in Maharashtra, what is a merit number of that particular girl, that will come to know. And in that category also, in that category, what is how many girls are registered, and in those girls what is the number, that also every girl she will come to know. If you are interested in getting NRI or institutional quota or management quota seats, you must mention in that online application that yes, I'm interested in NRI or institutional quota seats. Because if you don't select that, and afterward, because you are filling this form once only, if initially you think that yes, I will get admission, but after say 1 or 2 rounds, if you realize that no, admission is not possible, then I may have to go to management quota. But if you want to get admission in management quota, then that option you must select at the time of online application. Otherwise, directly getting admission is not possible in private colleges. So your preference form will include all courses, means MBBS and BDS. For MBBS and BDS, there is a different process. So your preference form will include all government colleges, all private colleges, and in those colleges, all MBBS and BDS courses you can select, including institutional quota. But institutional quota facility is available to Maharashtra, to private colleges only. It is not in government college. Management quota गव्हर्नमेंट कॉलेजमध्ये नसतो म्हणून. तर सेपरेट प्रेफरन्स फॉर्म registration you will do once only, but when you will have to fill up option form or preference form, simultaneously MBBS and BDS preferences you can give. But if you want to go to BMS colleges, then this second different option form you will have to fill up for Ayurveda and homeopathy colleges, and third option form you will have to fill up for physiotherapy colleges. So if you are interested in all those courses and you are taking a chance of getting admission, then you will have to fill up 3 different option forms. Seat matrix will be available in November 1st week, maximum November 1st week. Seat matrix means what? Suppose in BJ Medical College, total intake is 250. Total intake is 250. But out of 250, how many seats are available for open category student? Out of those seats available in open category students, 30% government reservation is there. So how many seats for girls student? How many seats for SC? Again, in that SC or ST, in general category means general category in SC, general category in ST, that is 70%, and 30% seats for girls. So every minute information or every seat available for all types of categories, including open category, is shown in that seat matrix, and that will be available online in the month of in November 1st week. Every college is given a different code. For example, KJ Somaiya. 1105 is the code. First one is MBBS. Second one is, last year it was the region, but now there is no region, Bhangad. So I think that second one will not be there in this year. But see, in last year, first one is MBBS, second one is rest of Maharashtra region, and 05 is the code of Somaiya College. So, but what is that S? And second option I have given with the same number as N, S and N. So S means state quota and N means NRI or management quota. If I am interested in Somaiya management quota also, then I will put two options. Initially, I will try my luck in state quota, means in less fees. But if it is not possible, but under any circumstances, I want that college only, then I will put second option also with that N number. So for all private colleges, if you are interested in NRI or management quota also, then you will put two options. First is under state quota and second option is under NRI quota. Maximum 300 preferences, but nobody fills up 300 preferences. Normally, I am giving to my students 20, 30, 40, 50 preferences only, because this is more than sufficient for cracking the admission. 100% state quota is filled up on SML basis. Means every seat is available in every corner of Maharashtra state to all students in Maharashtra. That is why it may happen. BJ Medical is a college in Pune, but with 250 intake. Government college means there is no NRI quota, but it can happen all 250 seats are occupied by other students. Means there is not a single student who is from Pune. Yes, it may happen, because as per the change rule, competition is at state level, not regional level. As I told you, preference form will have to fill up once only. Further changes not possible. In your preferences, you can include government colleges, private colleges in state quota, and private colleges in management quota. Everything you will have to include in same preference form. Before giving option or fixing your option, first collect the information about fees, especially in private and deemed colleges, because if fees is beyond your budget, then don't put that option. Last year cutoff, category wise cutoff will be available in the information brochure, which will be given to you in, say, in the month of October, last week of October, mid to last week of October. You will get that information brochure from state government. In that, everything will happen through that website only. The website was mahacet.org. Initially, I told you which college is allotted to you, that you will come to know online. There will not be a SMS or email. You will have to, if you mention your login ID and password, you will get the information about which college is allotted to you. It is compulsory for you to take the admission in college allotted in first round. For example, in the first round, I have given some options for initially for government colleges, then private colleges, then government BDS and private BDS. But initially, if suppose private BDS college is allotted to me, then what to do? Actually, I don't want that college. I don't want to do BDS also. Then what to do? If I don't take admission, then I will be out of the process. In second, third, fourth round, my name will not be there. But to be in that process, I will have to compulsorily take the admission in that BDS private college. And in subsequent round, I may get betterment, means college before the college allotted, I may get some betterment. Yes, if I don't take that admission in that college, then I will be out of process. If suppose college is not allotted in first round, I have submitted given options very wisely after good study, but still no college is allotted in first round, then what to do? Wait for second round. Your name will be there in second round. So wait for second round. You don't have to make make again registration or fill up the form, nothing. If suppose I submitted 30 options, 30 colleges, out of that college number 20 is allotted to me. Naturally, it is compulsory for me to take the admission. In the second round, if suppose college number 15 is allotted to me, in the first round, I got college number 20. In second round, if suppose college number 15 is allotted, then what to do? It is compulsory for me to take admission in college number 15, because when government is giving me college number 15, at that time they cancel my admission in college number 20 and that seat is given to some other student. It doesn't mean that I have two options, college number 20 and college number 15, and then I am the person to decide which college I want. No. If college number 15 is allotted, it means your college number 20 is already given to some other person. So you cannot say, no, I don't want that college number 15. I am compatible with college number 20. Continue it. No, it will not be possible. So betterment, acceptance of betterment option is compulsory. But if suppose in second round, no college is allotted, means college number 20 is with me, but betterment was not there, then I will continue with college number 20. My college number 20 admission will not get cancelled. It is continued. But college number, I will have to continue with college number 20. That claim is not taken back by government. It is continued. Yes, acceptance of betterment is compulsory, means instead of college number 20, if I got college number 15, then college number 15 option is compulsory. It is not optional. No college allotted. Our initial college allotted is continued. Status retention form. If I am happy with the college which is allotted to me and I don't want any betterment, then I will fill up that status retention form. If I fill up that form, then my name in future admission rounds will be cancelled. Means if I got admission in college number 10 in first round and I'm happy with that and I fill up that SRF, status retention form, then my name will not be considered in round 2 or round 3. But filling that SRF, status retention form, is not compulsory, because if you fill up, your progress is stopped. But if you don't fill up, then betterment chances are there. And betterment option can be exercised in each subsequent round till you fill SRF. So unless and until you fill up that form, your betterment chances are there. Normally in MBBS, BDS, minimum 2 + 1 round. 3 rounds are conducted. So 2 rounds are regular round and third round is known as mop-up round. But I don't like that word mop-up. It is a third regular round for remaining or vacant seats. For BMS, Ayurveda, homeopathy, physiotherapy, normally 3 + 1 means total 4 rounds are conducted. Admission chances in SML, state merit list number. If you want to get admission in government MBBS. And if your SML is 2004 less than or up to 2400, then there are good chances of getting admission in government college. But if you want to crack admission in private MBBS, then your SML, state merit list number, if it is up to say 6000, then you are in a comfortable position. Same government BDS 4900 SML and state merit list private BDS 8000 SML. I think you have clearly understood the difference between SML and All India rank. All India rank is given to you from that 14-15 lakh students, and SML is given to you by the state government. And for considering the admission chances, SML is important, not All India rank. Government BMS, if your rank is up to 12,000, you are okay. And private BMS, if your rank is 20,000, SML number is 20,000, even then you will crack the admission in private BMS. Yes, this 10 lakh rupees bond is government and private colleges category student. Because as I told you, if SC/ST student, he got admission in private colleges, he doesn't have to pay any fees in that college. His education is free, even though college is private. But as because in government colleges, all students, not only category, open category students also, they are getting free education because fees is not more than 92 or 1 lakh rupees. So all students from government colleges and category students from private colleges, they will have to give a bond, 10 lakh rupees bond, and submit it to the college authorities. For why this bond is to be given? Because in that bond, you are specifying that you will serve 1 year after internship. After internship, 1 year service is compulsory. And you will not leave India 5 years after your internship. So if you crack any of these condition, any one of these condition, then you will have to pay 10 lakh rupees fine. EWS certificate you must have. EWS eligibility certificate you must have. Otherwise, you will not get benefit. EWS category is reserved for open category students. This is not for SC/ST, OBC. Income, open category students whose income is up to 8 lakhs. They comes under this category, but this specific certificate they must have, then only they will get benefit of this category. You will get 50% fees exemption. Means suppose fees in private colleges is 10 lakhs rupees, then you will have to pay 5 lakhs only. Yes, what good information at this stage is necessary. I have given everything to you. Tentative date-wise schedule also I have given to you. I hope that you like this program, because this program I have conducted through Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and this Zoom app. So almost 2,500 or 3,000 students, they have attended this program. So very, very thanks to everybody. If you have any doubt, then please you WhatsApp me your query, because as I told initially, chat box was not open. So what difficulties or doubts or queries you have, that I don't know, but if you WhatsApp me, then I will answer your query. So thank you very much. See you again, and all the best for this admission process. And I hope that everybody will crack the admission in your desired college. Thank you. बराबर